How's it going, everyone? My name is Pengu and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be jumping into Teamfight Tactics Set 18 Enchanted Wilds. This set's going to bring a whole bunch of changes to the game, including the biggest one being an engine change from the Hextech engine that it was previously operating on, that's what League of Legends runs on, to now the Unreal engine. Will hopefully allow for a little bit more freedom and creativity from the devs, as the Unreal engine is incredibly powerful. Obviously, besides that, you're going to have all the new traits, new units, new things to explore. So I'm really excited to jump in here and give you guys a little bit of gameplay. Loading in here, it looks like we're going to get a Sivir encounter, which is going to give us 2 component anvils. Before we get too far into the game, I'll just jump in and say that I have played some games on this set already, just to get a little feel for it so I wasn't going in completely blind. So far, I've really enjoyed the set. There obviously is some major bugs with the engine switchover, like you'll have invisible units and stuff, so, you know, if you see anything too weird like that, that's probably why that's happening. It looks like here we're going to start with a Cinderling. Cinderling is going to be really cool. Gives us the Rift Beast trait, which is just all the creatures that you find in League of Legends just thrown into the game. Also going to start with 2 3 costs here with Vi and Cassiopeia. Kind of leaning towards maybe playing around this Cassiopeia. Coven is going to be your lose streak trait for the set. It does have an augment that can turn into kind of like win streak-ish trait. But I don't think that augment is all that great. So we're going to sit here and just try and play a standard lose streak Coven game. See what kind of craziness we can get up to. And there's going to be our release to activate Coven. So what Coven does, basically you get a little bit of essence for killing things, but you get your majority of your essence through your loss streak by losing games. You get the majority of your essence through losing rounds. As you can see there, 20 essence per loss, 25, 35, and so on. So we're going to be hoping to lose here early. I'm going to sell the units on our bench. I'll buy the Camille, but I don't want to hit Camille 2 here, because Camille 2 might be a little bit too strong. I do think Camille is actually a rather good unit this set. I'm going to reroll that. I'm going to reroll the makeshift armor. Clear Mind, on the other hand. Might go Clear Mind here. I think we will. This right here is going to be our set mechanic, Wisps. These are going to be similar to Charms from Magic and Mayhem if you played during that set. And they're going to give you a range of powers, something from temporary items all the way to changing one of your units permanently into a tier higher. They're a really cool little mechanic. They are definitely a little bit annoying to kind of navigate and get used to, as, you know, you'll see one and think you want to buy it, but then, you know, there's potentially better ones that you could have gotten. Overall, just wanted to give you a quick explanation of what you're seeing down there in the bottom corner, and we'll get back to the video. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and give up the Camille that I just rolled there. As you can see, it's a quick little visual bug right there. We're going to be not taking this Golden Road Wisp, as we are not going to be winning fights, at least hopefully. Do some quick scouting here. It looks like we should be good. First combat here, we are going to get pretty much destroyed. I don't foresee us even getting a single kill. You do kind of want to get takedowns, but I just don't see it happening here. We don't really have the single target damage that you need to get those takedowns, because Cassiopeia likes to spread her damage. But we do pick up 20 essence for our loss, so can't complain too much there. We're going to be lookout for Caitlyn. And I'm going to actively not choose to put a unit in here. One, to kind of just make sure we keep our interest going. And two, just guarantee we lose. It seems like the lobby's relatively strong. But, I mean, this Rift Beast team doesn't seem like it's all that strong. I worry a little bit about that Solar team. And I don't think right now it's going to hurt us too much. I guess I'll buy the Akali so that we could get Ravager here. We're not going to lose really anything on interest. We do go to a two loss streak as we wanted to. And then we're going to get offered the chance to either cash out or extend the cash out. We're obviously going to choose to extend the cash out. Because 4 gold versus value. Because 4 gold worth of value here, just not going to do it for us.
Hot on the trail.
We are going to hit a Caitlyn. So this Akali that's bought to go in is probably not going to go in for a little bit. Because now we get 25 per loss, which is huge, as it just gets us rolling even faster. We should lose here, and this was that Rift Beast team that I was a little bit worried about being a little bit too weak. It seems like our friend over there also got a 1 gold for him, 1 gold for us. We're going to keep our loss streak going there. And I'm looking here. I'm leaning towards the adaptive here. I think adaptive is just a pretty generically good item here. I like it over blue buff most of the time, honestly. Especially for units that, you know, just have crazy low mana costs. And I don't intend on putting super high AP on. So yeah, I think we're going to go adaptive. And I forgot, because I have that Akali there, we lose out on our value for Clear Mind. I'm going to slam the adaptive. And we'll go back to getting our Clear Mind value. Not an augment I take often, so I'm just not prepared for it. I don't know why I don't take it more. It is a really strong augment, but it just typically isn't one that I gravitate towards. Should be able to lose this one here. So they're going to have a Sunfire and a 2-item carry. Hopefully we can pick up 2 kills here before we die. Looks like we'll get 1. It's something. Get our Coven stacking as much as possible. We're going to go ahead and continue again. Could re-roll our entire shop with 1 cost, but we don't really need any. I am kind of thinking the lobby is strong enough. Maybe not. Our friend here, Gong, hasn't slammed an item yet, which does spook me a little bit. So just for that, we'll put the Caitlyn all the way up front there. Looks like we'll get punished for it a little bit, although we weren't going to get a kill here anyway. Because that Krug is not going to be dying anytime soon, and we just weren't going to get any damage into the other units. For the XP here, we're going to drop Caitlyn back here. Get our Rengar in. Rengar's got a really cool trait. Not intending on playing it, but you can either play Rengar or Kha'Zix, and one of them will get crazy value out of it. Kha'Zix gets a bunch of traits, Rengar gets a bunch of gold, and then eventually a bunch of stats. It's just a really cool trait that allows you to play some probably not, you know, as strong units normally without it. As most of the time you're seeing these 4 and 5 cost suit boards just kind of dominate. Whereas with this, we're getting a decent little powerhouse at 3 cost. Gong here is going to have slammed items. He's also going to have a 4 cost in. I think we'll go less damage here with the Rengar. And just go for a little bit more survivability, because I think Cassio can get the damage out. It just takes a lot longer. But maybe I was wrong, as we're going to get absolutely rolled here by the guy in first. Not get a single takedown, as the little Elderwood tree does not count. But we are already up to 144 essence, which is going to be pretty nice. Looking here at our augments, Silver Destiny is probably the best choice here, but ever so slightly could screw us on something, so I'm going to just go ahead and pass on it. Kingslayer is actually, I think, really good, because we are going to be coming from a low health play, and it'll just get us so much econ. I don't know what I'm talking about, so many. You know, grammatically not correct to say so many gold, but yeah, our econ with Kingslayer, when we do start trying to win rounds, is going to be very, very nice. So I think that's going to be the play here. So you move into the next combat. I think after Carousel here, I'll maybe look to try and field a little bit stronger board and start picking up some more takedowns to try and really take advantage of that part of the stacking. Because right now, you know, we're barely getting one, if any. And we do seem to be facing pretty much the stronger boards that we're going to have in this game. We have already dropped below 50 health. But I am going to wait here until after the carousel to at least put item units in. It will Thieves' Gloves here. And I will go ahead and give Nashers over to Cassiopeia. We're going to get absolutely destroyed here. But hopefully we can do just enough to get maybe a takedown. We're not. We'll fall to 8 losses here. Just barely under the 200 mark. And it's going to get a little sketchy here, trying to push this any further, because we took too much damage, I think. Trying to play as weak a board as possible. Gonna get crazy amount of units on here. I think we're gonna be wanting to look for the Zyra. I've not actually played Zyra yet, so I'm not totally familiar with what her ability is or her traits. Toss in the Zyra.
I know what lurks. the trail.
I'm gonna buy the Blighting Jewel here.
Do not tempt a viper.
I'm not totally sure what the next breakpoint is, but we can take another loss. So I am going to push it again. $275 or Coven 5. We're basically guaranteed it.
Die with grace.
So I am gonna do it.
The spider demands sacrifice.
I didn't look at Zyra yet. Spawn 2 plants around the battlefield that attack the nearest enemy team 10 times. We have Summoner. Team gains durability. And if Zyra's got a bunch of plants, team gains even more. We're going to break our loss streak, but I think it's going to be okay here because just a single loss will get us there. It's not about how many losses in a row you take, it's just about total losses. I could see this trait being honestly better played in a win-loss scenario where you're kind of strong enough to win a couple rounds, but not strong enough to win every round, so you lose, you know, half your fights. I could see that being a pretty viable way of playing this trait.
Failure is an elegant poison. Let it seep in.
Can we get an Ivern?
Let me make myself crystal clear.
Ivern's really cool because he basically
Stand against them.
I'll show you in a second. But Ivern puts all these hexes on the board that slowly just get built up by how many times he casts. And they give all these crazy effects. Like a whole bunch of stats, effectively. But, you know, attack speed, mana regen, health. You'll see some that just give straight damage amp. Like, you can see a lot of really cool ones. So, getting an early Ivern is really, really nice. We're going to win another combat here. The Morgana with a Blighting Jewel is pretty much freeing up our Cassiopeia to do as much damage as she wants. And lastly here, it's not going to be Velocity, it's not going to be Golden Gamble. I think it's going to be Sweet Treats. Call the Cast is obviously absolutely phenomenal sometimes, but it can also be really rough at other times. It's going to be Flicker Blade here, I think, for us. I'm gonna sell a Fiddlesticks. It is nice to get Spellweaver going, but it's also not entirely necessary. It looks like they're going to get a Wisp that's going to give them dodge chance off the rip.
Let me help you.
We're gonna get another win here.
Strategic foresight.
We're just gonna keep trying to push to level 8. Using our Kingslayer gold to get forward. How much damage are we doing? Depends on how long the combat goes, but this should be able to print us a good amount of money. The Cassiopeia gets going and does a good amount of damage if the fight goes long enough. We're guaranteed our proc of this next tier of Coven here. This is going to be a tough fight. I do think our team is going to have a good amount of damage to potentially get through it. As we are going to get through this team.
Better to die than live in ignorance.
Over here on the stage 4 carousel, I'm just looking for generic tank. I'm thinking I'm just going to grab this Nor with a chain vest. He's a 5 cost. Gives us some decent econ, and gives us a tank item, which is ultimately the biggest thing. It's just, you know, slapping tank items down on our front line so that we can really take advantage of this gunblade. Seems like the tooltip isn't quite working right, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm not sure if we can get there. I'm gonna cash out.
Dark blessing.
Gonna win another combat here.
Failure is an elegant poison. Let it seep in.
We'll go for the Sivir there. Actually, not gonna go for the Sivir. Go for the Zyra. Instead of the Zyra again, we're gonna go for a Sentinel here. Get Invoker so that Morgana is just perpetually casting.
Well, that was refreshing.
What a nice little win streak here. Might as well just constantly cash out for maximum value.
Hunters overrun the forest.
We do appear to have lost our Bramble Vest. I can't remember if that was from a chime / wisp or if that was a bug. Truly could be either. We're gonna be in a Rift Beast team here. We do end up losing, which does kind of suck, but the other drop.
Blind them with our light.
Upon all the world. Dark blessings.
Looks like we're actually gonna lose here. I figured our board was strong enough to hold up, and it wasn't. Unfortunately, we are going to come 7th there. Not what you want to have happen, but that is going to be how it goes sometimes. We did jump in, try to play something new with Coven. I typically do stay away from the lose streak traits because I'm so bad at playing on 1 or 2 HP like that. But figured I'd give it a shot. It's a new set, new units. Why not? That is going to be all from me today on TFT. I'll go ahead and get another video out to you guys within the next day or so of just more TFT gameplay for set 18 here. But thank you guys so much for watching, and you'll have a great rest of your day.